You have all heard the bad about Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and to some extent it is true. But the level of hate this game has received is not, in my opinion, justifiable. This is my personal and honest review of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Back in 2015, Rocksteady released Batman: Arkham Knight, which is currently sitting at a 4.6 out of 5, a game that I remember receiving a lot of hate, especially in regards to the Batmobile missions. A 4.6 seems nice, but almost 10 years later, it is not a true picture of how the game was received at launch. So, what was happening in the almost 10 years since Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League? Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League was announced in August of 2020 and originally scheduled for a release in 2022. Let's hope that development started before it was announced, but it is hard to believe that after 9 years of development, this is what we get. As you are aware, like plenty of other games, Suicide Squad was hit with multiple delays, 2 years worth of delays, and community and fan disapproval, until early access on January 29th, 2024. Standard Edition, $70. Deluxe Edition, $100, which included 3 days of early access. This is my first issue with the game. An extra $30, $10 a day, did not sit right with me. Hell, even $70 was too much to charge, in my opinion. For the state of the game that it is currently in now, the Standard Edition should have been $60, and the Deluxe should have been $70 to $80 at most. Now let us get into the meat of the game. Without a doubt, Suicide Squad delivers a thrilling, somewhat immersive, but fluid gameplay experience. However, it is the dynamic and flat-out fun gameplay mechanics that kept me playing and will bring me back with each DLC. More on that later in the video. Suicide Squad gives you the chance to play as each member of the squad. Each member has their own unique abilities, traversal, and playstyles. Whether it is Harley Quinn's acrobatic combat, Deadshot's sniping or jetpack, King Shark's leaping ability, or Boomerang's speed force, there is a character for every playstyle. The game's combat system is fast-paced and allows for seamless transitions between melee and ranged attacks. Combining those attacks with your character's special abilities creates a satisfying sense of power. Now, loot. This is a looter shooter after all. Is there loot to grind for? Yes, but only once you are in the end game, and it feels more like a laundry list of items and weapons to obtain than random drops. To my understanding, once you obtain a weapon or item, you can just craft it, completely eliminating the need to replay missions in hope of a better stat roll. I did not get much into crafting, so I could be wrong. This loot does have an impact on your gameplay, though. It is all dependent on your role. The gameplay loop is to get gear, improve your character, then take what you have equipped and go on to do higher-level missions. The loot is really lackluster until the endgame. I received a gold weapon on my second mission of the campaign, and that weapon carried me through the short campaign and through a few endgame missions. The mission structure could have used some work and variation. After about an hour and a half, you have seen all the mission types the game has to offer. What is even worse is that those same boring campaign missions get washed, rinsed, and repeated throughout the entire game and endgame. The only difference is some missions have in-game weather that only affect your current mission, or an enemy that has the speed force, or an enemy that is invisible. And sadly, that is it. That is the game. But let me touch on the end game and what Rocksteady has planned for the future, which is where I truly think this game is going to shine and turn some opinions around. After you finish the campaign, you learn of the 12 different Brainiacs that are still left. Your initial thought is probably poor, unfinished writing, and you would be right, but it makes sense considering the first DLC character is an Elseworlds version of Joker. The developers have a chance to introduce new characters, missions, and storylines over the 4 planned DLCs to expand and enrich the game world and have the story come to a fulfilling end. Here's to them not blowing this. As we see here as of now, there are 4 planned DLCs. It is obvious selling this game as a live service was a terrible mistake, and having to wait for a half-assed story to be finished over the course of a year, and then being charged 70 to 100 bucks for it. Sucks. But with the combat being so fun and fast-paced, seeing all the damage numbers pop up on screen, wanting to finish the laundry list of items, this game was hard to put down at times. I truly think this game is a 7 out of 10. Unfortunately, due to bad marketing and a focus on extending profitability, have led yet to another failed live service game, but a sleeper when it comes to single-player experiences. Give this game the chance it deserves. Maybe just wait until all DLCs are out. This game is great, and does not deserve the hate and 2.3 stars.